What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to a haunted lacquer video. If you are new to indie polish, if you're new to any specific changes the last couple of months with brands, things like that, haunted polish is the new brand from the maker of ethereal lacquer. As far as I know, ethereal lacquer itself is on a bit of not a hiatus, I guess you could say that, like a pause. And we have this new brand, Haunted, which is dark and moody and fantastic. If you've been paying attention to my polish pickup videos, starting I think in August was when we got the first one from Haunted. We have seen some real moody, beautifully opaque, rich formulas, and this brand is this new brainchild from Megan is fantastic. We have a new collection to check out. This is the Crystal Web collection. In addition to the Crystal Web collection, I'm also going to show you the first collection that dropped when Haunted did their first release on their website. I want to say it was October, somewhere around there. It was when I was super sick and I was just so behind with everything. I have that. Now, that collection is intended to be basically in the store. These are core polishes to Haunted lacquer on their site. So they're gonna be there too. So we're gonna have a nice meaty, juicy Haunted video to check out. We're gonna do the previous releases, and then we'll also do the Crystal Web. They're so beautiful. If we like ethereal and their shimmers, you're gonna love these flat out. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Starting off with Nocturnal, this is described as a smoky plum with a sparkling rose gold to green shifting shimmer. This is what I classify as a foil type of shimmer. It's large particle and it's got that super strong glistening appearance to it. I'm going to suggest 2 coats. It is quite opaque and plump and juicy and perfect in how it builds up. I loved that second coat, it's almost like a third coat. I don't know, it was very nice. So 2 coats and a glossy top coat of choice. This dried down semi-flat, so I think any top coat is just fine with it. Haunted Heart is a rich violet with blue shimmer. No surprise, this one is going to kick off my top picks for this video. It is gorgeous. This is so beautiful on that opacity factor. I love that there has been a consistency in how smooth and easy to build up these formulas are with this new adventure, I should say, for Megan. I'm going to suggest 2 coats here. This is that gorgeous, almost like candy paint looking blue as you build it up. Such a strong shimmer. This one's also going to dry down semi-flat, but just make sure to amp it up with a glossy top coat. Midnight Creature is a deep indigo with green to blue shifting shimmer. So I would say this is like a cousin to Nocturnal in that we have a foil type of finish, large particle shimmer, chef's kiss opacity going on here too. It is almost a 1-coater. I will always suggest those of you who follow along on each video, 1-coaters. I still like to do 2 lighter coats with just to make sure everything is nice and even in your overall look. This one also dried down semi-flat to a touch more flat, so make sure you're using a glossy top coat again to seal it up. Cursed is a dark eggplant with gold shimmer. So going along with this vampy type of vibe for this first part of the video, we have a true eggplant. At least to me, this is what I consider an eggplant as you build it up here. Excellent opacity. I know I'm repeating myself. I think 2 coats work the best for this. I can't really see anyone needing to go to a 3rd coat, really, with most of these in the video. I mean, you're seeing the build up here yourself. Cursed is quite vampy in how it builds up. I think my full hand shot gives you an excellent idea that it kind of flirts a little bit with black leaning in duller lighting situations. Ghostly is a pale blue-gray with violet shimmer. This would have to be my next top pick. I love this one to pieces. And this type of formula always has my heart because it starts off like it's going to be light, but you can see here it self-levels really well. And if you apply it just right, you can stop at 2 coats. So don't be afraid to go in just a touch heavy-handed. There's no reason to go in super thin either because while it is plump, 2 coats just worked so well. It is gorgeous. It has that gel-like appearance to it. Graveglow is a grayed lilac with green shimmer and holographic flakes. This would have to be another top pick for me. I loved how all those flakes there's so much in here that there's no balding or anything like that. And it also had that beautiful opacity on that second coat. I cannot compliment Haunted polish enough, really, in how much shimmer is in these bottles, but also how opaque they're applying too. Witching Hour is a dusty teal with fuchsia shimmer and holographic pigments. I'm sorry to say this is another one of my top picks. I love a good holographic finish. I love one that is completely linear and how it is going throughout the polish itself. And this one also has a very creamy type of formula to it. I'm going to strongly urge you to do 2 coats here as well. Now, because this one has the tiniest bit of a jelly lean to it, I could see if you're rocking like super long claws, maybe a 3rd coat, but I think most of us are going to be okay at 2 coats. The shimmer is beautiful in this too. By the Moonlight is a plum with blue shimmer and a soft gold magnetic pull. This is one of those magnetic finishes that I think you can wear it unmagnetized. It looks pretty cool. It's like this champagne type of color with little sparks of purple going throughout it. But when you magnetize it, it does have a very dramatic effect. So I always love a good contrast between the background and the magnetic pigment that we're seeing. Now I want to highlight, By the Moonlight is so responsive to a magnet. It is an incredibly fine particled pigment, in my opinion. So it is slippery. It wants to get to that magnet. However, it wants to move in general. So I will say, please make sure you are magnetizing your glossy top coat layer, because this is one of those that will definitely re-wet with a quick dry glossy top coat. Goth is a smooth black cream, opaque in 1 to 2 coats. I'm here to tell you this is an official 1-coater black cream. This is like the only caveat, I should say, to when I will do 1 coat. I like to do 1 coat black creams when I am toppering something. And you'll see this used here in just a minute with the 2 other polishes I have to show you all. But you don't want to have it too thick if you're going to use a topper, because you don't want your layers to be too thick, if that makes sense. So Goth is a true, beautiful 1-coat cream. Ether is a violet tinted topper with green to blue shimmer. So I'm going to show you Ether and the next one, Born Alone. And then real quick, I'll show you them used with Goth. Ether and Seance were both intended to be used as toppers, but I don't know. This is Megan's creations, and I love how her shimmers will always be so banging when you build them up on their own too. So this is a softer type of finish. If you wanted to wear it like this, absolutely. If a visible nail line bugs you, then sure, pop on a blurring base coat of some sort. But this is a topper that can be worn this way too. Just wanted to show you all. So 3 coats and a glossy top coat if you wanted to wear it like this. And then over Goth, completely transformed. Make sure you are getting back to your cuticles. Apply a little messy, in my opinion. That way you're getting full coverage over your black cream of choice, which honestly, grab Goth. It goes so well with these. And then Seance is a lilac tinted topper with red to copper shimmer. Out of the toppers, this one's my favorite out of them. And I do love a good green to blue type shift, but these red shimmers are so pretty. And I guess maybe that's the unicorn pea lover within myself. Now, Seance is very similar to Ether in that it's very plumping. It's got that super squishy formula to it. In my opinion, I should say, it has a thicker plumpness to it. You can see on my 3rd coat here, we're kind of flirting, tiptoeing over into over buildup territory. It wasn't an issue, but if you do 3 coats, I would say go in light or 2 normal coats, your choice. And of course, both of these are shimmer bombs, so they will dry down pretty flat. Now over Goth, this is magic. It almost looks like the burnishing powders. It's so beautiful. And we have that gorgeous, strong copper shift over at angles here. You can kind of get an idea of that. It's very fiery when used over dark colors. Moving on to the new releases, this is Spider Glass, a frosty white pearlescent. We have a true pearlescent. To me, this gives very pearly, vintage type of vibes, and it is very easy to hit opacity too. It's one of those stronger types of shimmers, like pearly types of shimmers, I should say, that you want to mind your brush strokes for any potential streaking. Just let the paddle brush do the work for you. Do 2 coats and a glossy top coat, and it is perfect. Night Woven is a frosty dark purple pearlescent. So this would have to be like the black pearl to a spider glass if I had to kind of coin them together here. Night Woven also has excellent opacity. It started off on the softer side, but you can see again, excellent plumping action going on here. Beautiful formula. So I chose to do 2 coats. You'll also want to mind your brush strokes a little bit on this one. It's not, say, as strong as spider glass, but you'll still want to kind of float the polish a little bit just to give a more uniform appearance. This will also dry down pretty flat, so again, make sure you're using glossy top coats to seal in your polishes. Star Strand is a pure green to teal shimmer. This is another one of my top picks. I loved this one. It is so shimmery good. I mean, it is like shimmer, shimmer, shimmer going on here. I'm going to suggest going up to 2 coats with it. Be mindful of your brush strokes. It's a softer, milky type of finish. So I thought that 3rd coat would have been overkill, as these types of shimmers are intended to be soft, like a silky nighty, I guess, for lack of better words. Crystal Fang is an icy blue-gray with pink to copper shimmer. Another one of my top picks. And it is very ethereal, pun intended. As you build it up on the nail, I chose to do 2 coats with this one as well. Now, Crystal Fang does have, in my opinion, probably one of the lighter formulas out of the video that I'm showing you all. And it still hit a really good opacity that I felt comfortable with, especially as I was going in with my top coat of choice. This is quite shimmery, and I love that even though it has that cream-like appearance, we're still seeing quite a bit of that shimmer shine through, no problem. Venom Rose is a grade purple green with green shimmer and soft pink magnetic effect. We have another very responsive magnet, and it's not as slippery, say, as the previous one that we saw. I think this one was a little bit easier to get it to freeze down. That said, it's still user-friendly. I think both of them, even the last one, is user-friendly too. Just, again, be careful that you're freezing it in place just right. Venom Rose, same thing. And I love the contrast on this, that the green shimmer just shines through, and it gives this very, I don't know, it reminds me of like a moonlight garden or something. Like, Megan is making me poetic here. Here we go. Venom Rose is one of the few in this video that I chose to do 3 coats with, though. I want to note, I think on natural nails, 2 normal coats might be just fine. On clear falsies or Gel X, I chose to do that 3rd coat because when I pulled my hands away from the lighting area of my desk, I could see the tiniest bit through the black and green part. So however you want to apply this. Spun is a pale lavender with subtle blue to violet shimmer. This is another one of my top picks. And if you're curious, Spun and the previous one that we saw from the last collection, Ghostly, I think they're different enough to warrant both, especially if you're a collector like me, because the base colors are pretty different in person. Yes, they're both light colored, beautiful cream-like finishes with strong shimmers, but they're different. Just, yeah, I say they're different. Now, this also has that wonderful self-leveling, creamy, smooth formula. I think 2 coats and a glossy top coat works just fine. Hex Thread is a silver magnetic with purple shimmer. So this is going to round out the last magnetic for this release. And another one, you can definitely wear it unmagnetized. It's going to give you a true chrome-like finish. But of course, once you go in with your magnet, you're going to see it's going to leave way for all that really pretty purpley shimmer in the background. I chose to do 2 coats as this applies like a true chrome. It is quite plumping. It's got that very satisfying type of opacity to it. And it was just wonderful at that point. This one also is very quick to snap to on the magnet. Another one that definitely gets my stamp of approval for newbies just getting into magnetic polishes. Again, please make sure you are magnetizing, say it with me now, that glossy top coat layer. Last but not least is Ghost Lace. This is a rainbow shimmer that shifts copper, gold, green to aqua. Another one of my top picks. I'm very sorry. I try to keep it as thinned out as possible on what I consider must-haves, but I don't know, these are all so pretty. And Ghost Lace, if you're a shimmer lover like myself, I mean, it's up there. This is super versatile. You can wear it by itself at 2 coats. It is in your face, beautiful, like silvery, very appropriately named. But of course, top ring is going to look really cool too, as you'll see here in just a moment. So by itself, I would suggest 2 coats and a glossy top coat. And we're going to wrap this up with the Willet Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. I think everyone knows what I'm going to say here at this point. We have shimmer bombs. So I think you can get so very creative with a lot of these, especially the ones in the second half of the video. Those are louder types of shimmers with lighter types of base colors. Of course, the two creamy ones, Ghostly and then Moon Spun, those two maybe are the only outliers, but everything else I think you could absolutely layer, especially like things like Witching Hour. While it is very opaque and super smooth, I think you could possibly get creative. Personally, as these are going to go in my Helmer, I don't see a need to topper them though. I know there is a lot of layering with these types of shimmers, but I don't know, to me, it's almost not worth it because they're just so gorgeous and there's just so much damn shimmer to be seen. But yeah, you could absolutely get a little creative with these. The magnetics too also pass the test pretty well. I was pleasantly surprised with that, especially given how opaque they were respectively. So the release is going to go live Friday, December 12th at 11 a.m. Central Time. I will link you down below to Haunted if you want to get in the website and check that out. And I'll also link you to the Facebook group if you want to join that too. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.